Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here's another video. I'm gonna call this Tesla Tuesday because it's Tuesday, and I think I'm gonna start doing videos if it's Tesla related on Tuesday. Anyway, first video I'm gonna do for Tesla Tuesday. This is my 2023 Model 3 Performance. Purchased this car March of last year. While I've rented a few Teslas in the past, didn't have any issues with the Model 3. I knew, first of all, Tesla has always been good at retaining the resale value, which is something I look for when I buy a car. I want to look at the resale value, example, like a year or two, if I decide I want something else, or if I want to, sell it later down the road, at least I can see get my money back and then move on to the next car, which I'm going to come to that later in this video. Next thing is, Tesla doesn't really change much. They keep the style sort of similar, and you just sort of get software updates along the way, sort of like an iPhone that just never really gets old. You just get the updates. No matter which version of car you buy in Tesla, your car will always remain up to date, which I think also helps the resale value. So I decided to pull the trigger and order my Model 3 Performance. I wanted the Performance because I'm a power junkie. I have a BMW M3. You can see here I got Corvette. Obviously, I want, for a commuter car, the price difference is minimal going up to, I'd rather have the 3.1 0 to 60 just so I have no issues, no complaining. I made videos talking about the car, how much I like it. And I did the 6,000 mile update, did the 12,000 mile update. I currently have 17,000 miles on the car. And I did something you probably wouldn't expect. I listed it for sale. You're gonna ask yourself, wait a minute, you like the car, why would you do that? Well, hold on a second, let me plug this in here real quick. Just one of the benefits that I have with this car is the fact that I can charge it off solar, and it's a good day for me. It's a nice sunny day, power walls are fully charged. Let me go ahead and top it off real quick, and I'll tell you why. So I like the car, but I listed it because there's something about the Tesla Model 3 that I don't like. And that goes my complaints. Now, this was obviously before the refresh, which I did have a chance to check that out. I looked at the refresh, and that's something on my radar. But the reason why is I happened to test drive a BMW i4, and this was an i4 M50, and I couldn't believe how well it drove. For one, it drove like a car. When I'm seeing, like, this one drives different, but this drives like a car. It feels solid, it feels quiet, and it has power. It just felt traditional car. And then me being a BMW enthusiast, like BMW cars, I was like, this is what I want. This is great. This is like everything I have with the Tesla, but I have more. Sure, the driving assistance tech is great in this, but I feel like more and more Tesla tries to make you, they want you not to drive the car. Like, yeah, sometimes it's cool to show people the car can drive itself. I like that. But now with these recent updates, the car is just constantly asking me, when you use full self-driving? When you use full self-driving? And I'm like, not really, not in the mood for it, but then I can't clear a message. Let's turn it on and turn it back off. So, and like I said, sometimes I turn it on, I'm like, it does well. I can't complain about it. Before, the earlier version, like the version 11, it was a little frustrating. The car got confused. But version 12 and these updates, it gets better and better. And like I said, there's no reason for me to, I could actually make it from my house to my work without canceling the system. And that says a lot with these self-driving tech here. But I didn't buy a car for not to drive it. I bought a car to drive. That's just me. So things I don't like about it is I have got a chance to really play with it. Obviously, 17,000 miles. I had a chance to really push, check the handling out and drive it kind of like an enthusiast would do. And There's limitations that I found. Obviously, the weight is a big thing, and the way the car grips. I don't stay in my seat, and then there's the other issue of on these hot summer days, I sweat. I've been thinking about getting a Model S Plaid, but then I think about the bigger size of the Model S. It's a giant car. It's a full size car. So say giant car. It's a full size car, and to use it every day. I like the smaller dimensions of this car. So anyway, I went to the Tesla. I listed this car for sale. And of course, it seems like right when I listed it, like 2 days later, Tesla announced their new performance model, which then that just hurts my sale because nobody's going to buy this one because, the tax credits and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't qualify for tax credits, so that doesn't really mean anything to me as far as saving any money. But I think that's going to hurt the resale, which I just sort of just let it go. Just like, well, I'm not desperate to sell a car. If someone wants it, yes, I got the full PPF and, tint and windshield protection, all that stuff. But I just think to myself, the typical Tesla buyer isn't going to want all these things. Because one of the complaints I complained about in my earlier videos was that for me having a performance Tesla is that there's only a few key updates. For one is the wheels, which these are the 20-inch Uber turbine wheels. They're not a bad looking wheel. You can see that they got the Brembo brakes behind the wheel. And then you have obviously aluminum pedals in here. And then you have carbon fiber spoiler and then a red underline. That's it. Someone could easily buy a spoiler on a car, get that done, get that installed. Someone can easily change a badge out on their car, or even just take the badge off. You can get aftermarket pedals. Even for cars that don't even have wheels, they sell wheel covers that look like this. And I've seen people always order brake caliper covers. So even the subtle differences between the performance and the non-performance is not there. Because people, you just leave people modify their Teslas and do what you need to do to change them. Right now I live in California, the Bay Area. I live in a sea of Teslas. And I just blend in, which is a good thing sometimes. Sometimes I just kind of, as an enthusiast, I see an enthusiast car. I just sort of fall into place there, and I'm used to having cars that sort of poke out a little bit. Not to say that enthusiasts don't buy these cars, because I've seen sometimes the way people drive these cars. I can't tell you how many times I've been at a stoplight or I've been on the on-ramp and I happen to see another Tesla. It always seems to be more the LFP battery one, the rear-wheel drive. And dude, they come up behind me and they drive fast. It's faster than I see. Like every time I see someone in performance, they're just cruising around going slow. But the new ones, it seems to solve everything that I want with this one. The seats are more bolstered. The wireless charging pad, like for I have an iPhone 14 and it doesn't work for my case. I set my phone down on the new Model 3 and my iPhone 14 charged. Okay. Ventilated seats. That's a big one. Yeah, the 2.9 0 to 60, that's not, I had to see what the car really can do real world, what the quarter mile time is like, because this one I've clocked it at 3.0 with my Draggy.
30, 60.
With the 1 foot rollout, and Tesla is using the 1 foot rollout as their example as well. So I don't think it's that much quicker 0 to 60. And 0 to 60, I don't have any complaints with it. It's fast enough. It's more than fast enough for me 0 to 60. What I want is highway performance. I want something when I'm on the highway and I want to pass that left lane camper on the right. I want to be able to have the power to step out, pass him, jump back in. And you're going to say, well, the cars are plenty of fast. It is, but only when I'm above 70% state of charge. When the car falls below 50%, sometimes 60%, it just doesn't feel as strong at those highway punches that I want. So I want to see if that power is more sustained in those higher speeds. I went to when I was at the showroom looking at one, and I asked, to see if they said they let me test drive it. They said no test drives on that one. That was just a demo model, which I knew they're going to say no, but it doesn't hurt to ask, right? But they're like, oh, I told them, I said, they said, well, you want to upgrade? I said, well, I want to upgrade, but I want to make sure I'm not getting back to the same thing. There's no point spending extra money, spending the same amount of money for the same car, just a light refresh, unless I have that more top end power. Now I watched Jason Kamissa's video talking about it. He mentioned that it pulls, but how hard does it pull? I need numbers. I need numbers, because I feel a torque hit and getting pulled is different than actually seeing the numbers. So I don't know yet. I don't know what the speeds I want to see. I need to see the track speeds where I'm concerned about, or the 60, 130 speeds. But if it solves those problems, that's a possibility, because for one, it solves a problem of looking a little different than your normal long range Tesla. It looks a little different in the inside than your normal long range Tesla. And I think more people are going to be more purposeful, that they're going to want the performance, as opposed to saying, well, the lead time is shorter wait time, might as well get that one, But then there'd be the same people on the forums complaining about, oh, the ride is too rough. I want to change the ride. I want different wheels. No, so I'm hoping that it's going to be more. Think of it this way. I hope that it's not going to be one of those things. Like I said, what if BMW made the M3 cost the same price as the 330i? And people say, oh, I should buy the M3 because it's there. It's the same price. That's what I'm just don't want to be a thing. But I do like the fact that it's adaptive suspension. I do like all the other features in there too. One thing I did check to see with the refresh, they still didn't do the HEPA filter, or what they call it, HEPA filter built in. So there's no bioweapon defense mode, which you get in every other Tesla model except the 3. So I thought they might have put that in there. I didn't see that in the climate system, which I've watched plenty of videos on the Model 3 refresh. Didn't see anybody talking about that. The rear screen, if I have passengers, obviously people who are backseat aren't going to be. We're watching videos and things on the screen like that, but it's there. But we'll see. I don't think it's going to happen this year, especially with the price drops. I just think that I'm hurting right now. Not in a financial way where I feel like I'm going to be, but I imagine there's got people out there who have to feel something from these price drops. It sucks to get a car, and another people getting comments in there, this car's not an investment. Yeah, cars aren't an investment. I get that. I don't buy any car to invest in. I buy any car to enjoy it for a while and then maybe sell it later. And yeah, I'm gonna lose some money on it, but I don't expect to lose a lot. And considering when these cars for years have only typically lost about 10% of their value, I was shocked, literally shocked, to see that my trade-in value was $32,000. A year later, I paid $56,000, actually $57,000 if you include the destination fee, but $57,000 for the car a year ago, almost $60,000, and then it's only worth $32,000. That's a lot of money to lose. All right, I buy and sell cars here and there, and like I said, I lose some, win some. I've never lost so much in this, and this actually makes me hesitant before jumping to another Tesla, because how do I know that they're going to say, you know what, let's just drop the price down? you know, we make plenty of cars. Demand is low. Let's just drop the price another 10, 15 grand and see if we get more people buy it. So that's something that it makes me hesitant. Who knows? Part of me is thinking just get rid of Tesla, get rid of that. Don't even go back to them again. As much as I like the car, I'm really conflicted. You can tell this video I'm conflicted. Someone just says, you know, just run the car to the ground, commuter car, run it to the ground, drive it. You know, since it's outside anyway and everything else, let's just. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's keep it. Part of me says, you know, try something different. Like if you honestly, and someone did the comment video saying, you know, if you're thinking about it, if you're feeling like, why pay for something you don't like? Porsche Taycan, don't I like too? I mean, I'd be nice to have. So let me know in your videos if you're upside down your Tesla. Let's hear your story. Cause I'm curious. If you want to see the Model 3 refresh, or sorry, the refresh performance Model 3, if it's worth it, let me know. If you have one, let me know. Actually, I don't think they're doing deliveries. I think they're probably through June. So let's just scratch that. June, that's when they're coming. Anyway, thank you. And I think, I might try to continue this trend if I do a Tesla Tuesday video.